Good day once again, everyone, and thank you for stopping by GardenStateWeather.com, New Jersey, and the Northern Mid-Atlantic region's weather news portal. I'm forecaster Robert Smith, and this is the daily video forecast discussion for Thursday, April 19th, 2012. And like I normally do every morning, we'll start things out with a visible satellite loop, and we'll start the loop out now. We had one short wave that was traversing the baroclinic zone across the region yesterday, last night, and early this morning. We can see that most of the rain has now exited Cape May County, and most of whatever's left on radar is actually out here over the ocean off of the mid-Atlantic coast. And there's a lot of drying occurring in the mid and upper levels of the atmosphere as basically high pressure is in control of our weather, and all the winds are from the west-southwest. Now, the winds will remain from the west today, except will become onshore right along the south shore and north shore facing southern Connecticut, and also the south shore of Long Island. And also southerly winds expected to develop a sea breeze during this afternoon right along Monmouth all the way down to Cape May and into the Chesapeake and Delmarva Peninsula. And that will result in temperatures remaining in the 60s this afternoon right along those areas. But inland temperatures will basically soar back into the 70s with predominantly increasing sunshine throughout the morning hours. And temperatures this morning at 7 o'clock all the way around 50 in the New York City metro area, mid and upper 40s everywhere. Relative humidities are pretty uniform as well as a response to cloud cover and if the low variety, which is going to be exiting, and the soundings this morning really don't show any kind of inversion aloft, so expect a lot more clearing to occur during the morning hours with basically a full sunshine day, maybe some cumulus during the afternoon, but a nice day and very relatively warm temperatures for the area. Some gust along the coast with that southwesterly wind increasing during the afternoon, and we'll get to the watches, warnings, and advisories in a minute. Most of the precipitation that fell in this area across the northern mid-Atlantic over the last 24 hours, including this morning, has been a paltry 2 to 5 hundredths of an inch, which is just enough just to slightly wet the tops of the leaves and grass, but not to do anything for the soil, which is so dry. And the soil temperatures down to the first 4 or 6 inches are generally 55 to 60 degrees, and the moisture, evaporational, transpirational content is evaporating faster than we can replenish, and we're still a good 6 to 7 inches of rainfall deficit below normal throughout this entire region. Now, I want to spend most of the time this morning discussing this weekend's forecast because there's a large amount of disparity in the models that I've discussed in the email to my clients this morning, and the disparity continues. Now, we're going to take a look at the latest NAM model for Saturday afternoon right through the weekend. According to the NAM model and pretty much the GFS are the outliers right now in placing the storm system and trough access along the East Coast. The two will probably not merge together according to these two models. And as a result, we're going to find on Saturday afternoon a cold frontal passage. We can see some of the rain showers, and temperatures will probably soar back into the 70s across many locations, even a few 80-degree temperatures where the sunshine comes out on Saturday afternoon. It will be a breezy southwesterly day until the front moves through, and then the winds become northwest briefly. And then as we go through time, the winds still become to the north and northeast according to this model, and all the energy from the coastal low developing across the southeast states remains offshore and keeps most of the moisture plume across the Delmarva, it's the extreme southern New Jersey, and then out into the ocean as we approach the morning on Sunday and then into Sunday afternoon. And if this model is correct, then a lot more drying will be occurring with a stiff northwest wind, and we could even have some gale warnings up along the coast. Again, the GFS model for Sunday morning also showing the disconnect here between the two streams, the polar and the subtropical jet, and as a result, the phasing of this gigantic system or trough across the eastern United States will not phase correctly until it's off the southern New England coast and into Atlantic Canada. As a result, according even to the GFS, the surface features with the front pass through and rather dry, perhaps even a shower or thunderstorm on Saturday afternoon, and then drying would occur Saturday night, Sunday, and Monday, and main energy would be well to the south and east of the area. Now, I'm not completely buying into this forecast package yet. The European model for Monday morning, or Sunday night rather, is showing how the trough is sharply digging into the negative phase as the coastal low develops along the Carolina coast and then moves gradually north through the coast into New Jersey and then basically into upstate New York and southern New England during the period on Monday. If this scenario is true, then a wetter forecast would be held into the region probably for Sunday afternoon right through Monday morning. And there's a large disparity in the amount of precipitation because we just don't know if the models are going to converge into a solution where the boundary, where the front is parallel and close to the coast, or it's going to be further offshore. This will all determine the amount of precipitation and location of precipitation from about Saturday night through Monday morning's time frame. Now, don't get scared by this map. Take a look at the lower right-hand side. This is basically the short-range ensemble forecast for the same time frame for Sunday afternoon, and you can see generally all of these maps are converging on one solid solution here, at least on the ensembles, which is a blend of all the models' starting points and ending points up to this time. Keeps the main surface low and frontal boundary off the eastern seaboard. So again, it's going to be a tough call, but right now I'm banking on that the GFS and the NAM model and the WRF model as well, and to some extent the CMC model, is all moving in the direction to keep most of the heavier precipitation off the coast. But again, we're entering a high tide cycle on Saturday night with the full moon, and that could enhance the wind flow and wave action along the coast depending on how far off the coast the main frontal boundary lies. Will determine the wind direction, whether it's from the ocean inland, or rather north from the southeast, or whether it's offshore from the north to the south. And I'm just not sure which forecast is going to be correct, and I'm expecting the models to converge on a much clearer solution, but certainly this is trending in that direction. And of course, I'll have later details on this on Friday morning. So get ready for some mild days today, tomorrow, and Saturday. Watch out for a chance of a shower or thunderstorm, especially northwest sections on Saturday afternoon. But temperatures away from the coast getting into the 70s both this afternoon, Friday, and Saturday, holding in the 60s with a stiff onshore wind on Saturday afternoon. And I'll be back on Friday morning with hopefully a solidified solution on the modeling and just where all this precipitation is going. It could be the difference between a dry weekend with just a few showers and perhaps a thunderstorm and a wind shift on Saturday night, or possibly a rainy period during Sunday afternoon, right through Monday morning. I'll have all the details tomorrow morning on GardenStateWeather.com. For GardenStateWeather.com, I'm forecaster Robert Smith. You make it a pleasant Thursday.